Hello everyone, this quick Nightmare Zone melee guide is meant for the lazier folks out there like myself. It'll be including two strategies, one being semi-AFK and the other being completely AFK. This guide is really just for experience, so if you're looking for points, there will be better options out there for you. So first things first, make sure you're on RuneLite, just because there are two plugins that are just amazing to have. One of them being Nightmare Zone, which basically gives you pop-ups whenever your absorptions are running low, or if your overload's about to wear out. There's also Idle Notifier, which will let you know if you've been standing still for too long. I definitely recommend having these on. Alright, getting there is super easy. Just hit the quest list button, press minigames, select Nightmare Zone from the drop down, and then hit teleport. As for stats, I know a lot of people start with 60 attack, strength, defense. I would recommend having 70 in all three categories. It'll just make this a lot more AFK for you. As for the semi-AFK method, we're going to be running Darox. I also have Amulet of Torture, Fire Cape, Barrow's Glove, Primordial Boots, Berserker Ring Imbued, and just a Holy Blessing going on. And you can upgrade and downgrade a couple of these as you wish, but the main thing is the Darox, of course. As for inventory, we have the Dragon Claws if you can afford it for the spec. We have Dwarven Rock Cake, which is a must. You can also use the Locator Orb. It's also in this position for a reason, so we'll cover that after, of course. As for overloads, we have 7, and the rest are all absorption potions. So for the semi-AFK method, let's just go ahead and buy a dream from Dominic Onion. Please make sure it's the customizable hard option. There's a huge difference. Once you buy that, just go ahead and drink the potion and just select a couple random bosses, but try to choose the ones that have the lowest defense, and you can check out some Google searches for which bosses to choose. I choose Trap Soul, Count Drainer, Sand Snake, King Rolled, and Tree Spirit, but there are also a couple bosses such as Arg, for example, or Ice Troll King that give a bit of bonus XP, but these are the bosses I use. From the moment I enter the Nightmare Zone, I have a tile marked here, but you don't have to have it marked or anything. I'll go ahead and drink the absorption potions. I'm also going to show you why the rock is in that position. It just makes life a little bit easier. Basically, here we go. So basically you just have to right click right here and you can just spam guzzle. It just makes your life so much easier when you're trying to get down to that 51 HP mark for your overload to take over. Another important thing with Darox is to remain at 1 HP. The best way to do that is by flicking your prayer. So you just have to set up your quick prayer by making sure the rapid heal is checked off and then hit done. And then over here, thanks to RuneLite, you'll be able to see when you're about to gain an HP, and right before that you just have to double click this. So it's flicking your prayer, not draining it, and also resetting the timer of your HP. This is the best way just to stay at 1 HP indefinitely. Okay, now I'll cover the super AFK method, which is basically obsidian. You're going to rock full obsidian with the obby sword, along with a defender. I'm using a Vernic, but you can use dragon. Berserker necklace, fire cape, barrel's glove, primordial boots, berserker ring imbued, and just a random blessing. You're going to want to go ahead and get a dream from Dominic. This time you're going to go with customize normal. Once you've done that, oh, and by the way, the inventory is going to look like this time, so you don't need the rock cake. So dragon claws or granite maul or hammer, along with 7 overloads, and then absorption potions. If you really want to just purely AFK, then you can just completely get absorption potions. It doesn't really matter. You're going to drink the potion. Choose the easiest bosses. Again, I choose these ones just because I feel like they hit the least on me, and it lets me AFK completely for just such a long time. I have Trap Soul, Count Drainer, Sand Snake, and King Rolled, along with Tree Spirit at the bottom here. Once I get in, I basically go to my usual tile. I turn on my prayers just because might as well. Afterwards, I'm going to go ahead and pop all my absorption potions I can, so maxed out at 1000 absorption. And then finally pop an overload. Now this method is purely AFK. You should be able to last in here for at least 20 minutes, even with 70 defense. So the XP per hour is going to vary depending on if you're using a Vernic, fire cape, stuff like that. But overall you should see anywhere from about 60k to 95k XP per hour if you're going completely AFK. But if you're picking up power surges like this, popping Dragon Claws and just going to town, you're going to see your XP per hour skyrocket. Also, if you're keeping up your overloads, in this case I haven't been, but if you are, you're going to see your numbers go up as well. Again, it really comes down to how much attention you can give RuneScape at the end of the day. When it comes to deciding between Darrock and Obsidian, I would recommend using Darrock when you have the ability to pay attention to RuneScape for X amount of time. If you're finding yourself just not paying attention, it's much better just to stick with Obsidian, because having Darrock with too much HP on you, you're going to see so much less damage output. It's just better to stick to Obsidian at that point. In my case, again, I have both, and whenever I can pay attention, I use Darrock, and when I can't, I use Obsidian. Just simple as that. Another popular question is, can I AFK with Mage or Range? Yes, you can. With Mage, it's just not worth it. It's basically using Obsidian with a battle staff. As for Range, it's sort of worth it. You can use Armadillo and a magic short bow imbued or blowpipe, which I've done before, but ultimately there are better options, for example Chinchompas and whatnot. But if you want to truly AFK, that is an option as well. And just in case you guys haven't noticed, this is the first video on this channel. This channel is going to be meant more for the lazy gamer, so I'm going to avoid stuff that involves, one ticking, two ticking, etc. It's really just for people that just don't have the time to do that, but still want to proceed towards endgame. So you might not see the most optimal routes to 99, for example, but you're going to definitely see some lazy routes to 99. So if you are into that kind of stuff, definitely, subscribe, drop a like, and again, comment if you have any questions.